welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we're coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. We're going to stay here in mid-Michigan because it's the center of the arts. Why wouldn't we? Eric Olmscheid joins us. He's the executive director at the Wharton Center for Performing Arts on the campus of MSU. And Eric, it's always a pleasure to have you on. And you just announced recently your big slate of entertainment for the year.
Yeah, we just announced the 26-27 season. A few weeks ago, we announced Broadway, but now we are underway with our performing arts series. So all told, a total of 30 plus shows between Broadway and performing arts that we've announced to the community.
Awesome. You guys never put out coupons, do you? Like 10% off? No. Okay.
Well, we try not to, because believe it or not, we got to run a business. We gotta sell the tickets to make all the ends meet.
Yeah, this is just me being cheap. I apologize for that. Hey, with the new season, and as you know, we've got a business audience, a great lineup. How does Wharton Center contribute to this local economy in terms of tourism spending, et cetera?
Yeah, so each year, depending on the number of shows and the ticket prices and all that stuff, we contribute somewhere between $25 and $30 million to the local economy every year with our economic impact. There's two different organizations that we're part of, which is Americans for the Arts has a calculator or calculation index that we use, but also the Broadway League does an annual release of the economic impact of touring Broadway. And the data is just being refreshed right now. So we will, at the end of the fiscal year, we'll run all of our numbers and kind of have a total impact. But it's somewhere between $25 and $30 million every year to the local region. So restaurants, bars, hotels, babysitters, et cetera, all impact from coming to a show.
Well, and I always say this. It's always incredible when you look at these touring companies where they have been. And it's like New York, Chicago, East Lansing, LA. We are right there with the cream. And so you have to feel that extends kind of your market service area. People don't realize you generate room nights. People come from a long ways away to do this.
Yeah, what's amazing to me, Chris, is that because we participated as a member of the Broadway League, and we recently just did the survey of our audiences on behalf of the league, and our response rate is on par with number of responses in markets way larger than us. So our community is not only active in buying, but active in being part of the whole network, which is great because it just shows how committed our region is to the arts and to our organization.
Well, and the people who come here and perform, the Wharton is ranked on the top of stages and facilities they want to be at.
Yeah, we have a long-standing tradition. The season we just announced is our 45th anniversary, and we have 45, I guess 44 if you want to count this year, is 44 years under our belt, going into our 45th year. But it's because of the long-standing reputation we have that we're able to do it.
So subscription packages, they're a big part of your model. How do they help create more predictable revenue?
So for us, subscription is really an ability to kind of have the consistency across all shows that are happening here. So people will think like, is that an old model? And the reality is, yes, it's an old model, but it's still alive and well because we have a consistency of our base tickets sold. Producers in New York City want to know two things. What is your subscription amount and what is your average weekly gross revenue? Those are the two indicators that they look at to say, are we going to play that market or not? And so keeping our subscription numbers and frankly growing them is an important element to make sure we keep that first run status, and keeping our weekly grosses on par with cities that are much larger than us is how we are able to do it. Without those two things, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
I had no idea that they were looking at that part of it with such importance. You're bringing in all this globally recognized talent alongside emerging artists. Tell us about that mix.
Well, it's always this mix of like what's old and what's new, right? Figuring out how do you blend the household names or the comfort food of people, if that's a Broadway show or Yo-Yo Ma, right? Comfort food with artists that are new discoveries, because we want to bring new artists. I like to remind everybody that At one point, Yo-Yo Ma was an emerging artist, and no one
Yeah.
knew who he was. Now, granted, that was a long time ago, but even the biggest artists start somewhere, and we need to keep bringing artists, and we want our audiences to be culturally curious and support new work.
I remember seeing Yo-Yo Ma and saying, who is this? I mean,
Mhm.
literally at the Wharton. So for local businesses, right? Especially hospitality, retail, that's what opportunities can they jump in on?
So we have a lot of local businesses that partner with us, either offering discounts for our patrons or do promotional work with us. Welcome the opportunity to chat with folks. If you find yourself that you would think that there's an alignment with our audience to your clientele, would love to talk about if there's a promotional alignment, if there's a discount that we could offer to push out kind of and promote your business. We're open to all of those things, especially as we go into next season in the fall.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're carrying on a great tradition of being part of the community as well as part of a global entertainment mecca. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Eric Olmscheid, he is the executive director of the Wharton Center for Performing Arts on the campus of Michigan State University. Thanks for being with us, buddy, and keep them coming. All right.
Thank you.
All right. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.